The first ever National Agricultural Policy was announced on 28 July 2000. The formulation of agricultural policy had been under consideration of the government for the past few years as a comprehensive natural agricultural policy was absolutely essential to increase and strengthen the agriculture and its allied sectors, and to make the optimal use of resources and opportunities emerging as a result of advancement in science and technology and emerging of a new economic regime. The aim of the National Agricultural Policy is to actualize vast untapped growth potential of Indian agricultural and strengthen the rural infrastructure to support the faster agricultural development and promote value addition, accelerate the growth of agro-based business, create employment in rural areas, secure a fair standard of living for the farmers and agricultural workers and their families, discourage migration to urban areas as many farmers move from rural to urban and face the challenges arising out of economic liberations and globalization for over the next 2 decades. It aims to attain a growth rate in excess of 4% per annum in the agriculture sector. Growth that is based on efficient use of resources and conserves our soil, water, and biodiversity for the future. Growth with equality, that is, growth which is widespread across regions and farmers. Growth in one area will not help the growth of the country. Growth that is demand driven and caters to domestic markets and maximizes benefit from exports of agricultural products in the face of challenges arising from economic liberalization and globalization. Growth that is sustainable technologically, environmentally, and economically. That is, the growth does not harm the environment. Next, the strategies of agricultural policy. There are nine prolonged strategy has been devised to meet the challenges of enhancing production and strengthening rural economics. The unutilized wastelands will be put to use for agriculture and afforestation besides reclamation of degraded lands. Integrated and holistic development of rain fed areas, conjunctive use of surface and groundwater, on farm water management, sensation of farming community with environmental concerns will be given priority. Survey and evaluation of genetic resources and safe conservation of both indigenous and exogenous, that is, conservation of both inside country and foreign resources. The use of biotechnologies will be promoted for evolving plants which consume less water, are drought resistant, pest resistant, contain more nutrition, and give high yields. Conservation of bioresources through their ex situ preservation in genera banks, as also in situ conservation in their natural habitats through biodiversity parks, will receive a high priority to prevent their extinction. A regionally differentiated strategy for development of crops, horticulture, floriculture, roots and tubers, plantation crops, aromatic and medicinal plants, beekeeping and sericulture shall be adopted. Livestock breeding, dairying, poultry, agriculture shall be promoted through generations and dissemination of appropriate technologies. Research and extension linkages will be broad based and strengthened to improve effective use of new technologies. Adequate and timely supply of quality inputs such as seed, fertilizers, plant production chemicals, biopesticides, agricultural machinery, and credit at reasonable rates to farmers will be endeavor of the government. The main focus of national agricultural policy. It focuses on consolidation of holdings of over the country on the pattern of northwestern states. Next, redistribution of waste and sealing surplus lands among the landless farmers and unemployed youth with initial start with capital. This will reduce the unemployment rate. Then, tenancy reforms to recognize the rights of the tenants, that is, rentals and sharecroppers. Development of lease markets for increasing the size of the holdings of making legal provision for giving private lands on lease for cultivation and agribusiness, updating and improvement of land records, computerization and issue of land passbooks to the farmers, and recognition of women rights on land. And the conclusion of national agricultural policy. The agriculture sector is the main sector of the Indian economy. It is the primary sector. The agricultural sector is of vital importance for the region. It is undergoing a process of transition to a market economy with substantial changes in the social, legal, structural, productive, and surplus and supply setups as in case with all other sectors of the economy.